Yo, yo, yo.
What's up, man?
What's going on?
What's
Nothing
And y'all
much.
swap seats. That's fancy.
I
Oh, did
know.
we?
What
Oh,
we
my
doing?
bad.
Yeah.
My bad, dog. I couldn't
we good?
remember where I sat.
It won't but a week ago.
Yeah,
was 2 weeks
an
ago.
entire
2
week.
weeks
has
ago,
passed.
actually.
2 weeks,
That's
actually.
what I.
2 weeks.
That's what I said. Yeah,
2
it's
weeks.
2 weeks.
Well,
Yeah,
y'all had a
So
good
we
week.
here.
I did.
Yep.
I had a good one. We
Yeah.
changed some stuff in the world, added some new things, added your picture over there. Did you even notice that?
Oh my God. No. Oh, why am I? Oh, is that some building? I was like, why do I look like that, dude?
Why am I fucking big? Nah. Yeah, how y'all want to get started? Which one? Just straight into it?
Just get straight into it, man.
Yeah, so we picked a topic. We picked a topic this week of conspiracies and told everyone to research a conspiracy to look into. I didn't have to spend a week preparing for this. I've actually spent my entire life preparing for this moment. So, yeah. Yeah, I've already
He
kind of
wants to.
spoiled.
He came
spoiled
prepared,
one
you
of
know.
my-
We didn't
Right.
have. He didn't have to do any research.
It's so weird looking at him as an old man.
Oh shit! Let me change. I completely forgot. Oh shit! Why didn't someone tell me that, dude?
I just told. Well, see, it kind of threw me off, but
y'all suck, dude.
earlier I heard somebody said your head like a cul-de-sac, and that's all I can think about now.
Oh damn!
Oh
No.
my God. Can't believe we were up there cutting and joking, and no one was like, "Hey, by the way, you're still dressed like you're 70." Like,
That's because it was talking about Texas Roadhouse.
Damn.
what? All right. So you were about to tell me what your conspiracy was, General. What?
Oh yeah, mine. So I don't know. I mean,
Got to be Elvis
think-
related. It's got to
I
be
mean,
Elvis related.
I think my biggest one is Bob Joyce, bro. That's my biggest
Oh
one.
my God, yes. So we've already talked about this. I hear an echo.
It's
Yeah, I'm
Jess
right
out
here.
there.
Mute yourself.
No, you fucking mute yourself.
Devin, mute her.
Devin, you're already blocked.
Mute
Don't
her.
even.
Anyways,
Just kidding.
Bob Joyce. What you think? That's Elvis. Actually, you know what? Here's the truth. Okay, I think Elvis is dead, but if he's not, it's Bob Joyce.
Dude, I mean, it kind of makes sense though. Like everything you talked about, it just kind of
There's
makes
just-
sense in my brain.
Like all the previous stuff, like the ones where they're like Elvis. There's a man that's the gardener at Graceland that looks like Elvis. I don't believe none of that. But when I started reading in this Bob Joyce stuff, first of all, let me tell you, that's
Yeah.
just
So for people who don't know, explain it. What
yeah.
are
So
they?
people who don't know, there's this preacher named Bob Joyce in Benton, Arkansas, and he preaches at this church called Household of Faith, and then just all of a sudden things started coming up that said he resembled Elvis, and then he sounded like Elvis, and then there was videos that popped up of him singing Elvis songs and all kinds of stuff, and his son happens to be an Elvis impersonator, so that's weird too.
Yeah.
And then yeah, and also Benton, Arkansas is like an hour and a half to 2 hours max from Graceland. Like, homeboy didn't try to run far, did he? He didn't make it too far. Bro didn't try to go to like Epstein Island or nothing. He just went right up the road. He didn't think too hard about that one. I don't know. It's just me personally. I think he's dead, but I've seen a bunch of stuff, man.
Well,
It's
like,
just
Well, and
You know-
Elvis, he's doing exactly what Elvis fucking said he was gonna do if he were to ever,
Right.
not be famous.
Exactly. Yeah, like he would always be a preacher.
The thing about Bob Joyce is like whatever he said. Whenever you told me, he said he won't admit that he's not Elvis. You know what I mean? He'll
Right.
say like,
So everybody's like, oh, there's videos of Bob Joyce saying I'm not Elvis. No. There's AI videos of a man going, I'm not Elvis Presley. That's fake as shit. Them YouTube shorts where the fucking man talks and doesn't know half the shit's right. You know what I'm saying? You seen them videos? Like
Mm-mm.
there's a man talking and like he's like explaining what's going on. Bro, I know y'all seen those videos with that aggravating voice. Hold up.
I mean, I've seen like
him.
18 videos today with aggravating
I think I know
voices.
what you're talking about. The AI like voice cover.
Yeah, the
whatever,
AI
voiceovers.
voice. So they used that, and then they were like, they put a clip of him at his church on stage. Doesn't even match up with the AI voice, but he goes, "I'm not Elvis." That's not him. That's not him saying that. If you go to his church services, like on Facebook or whatever, there's nothing of him ever saying, "I'm not Elvis." It's always like when all this stuff first started happening, he finally spoke up about it and was like, I am who I say I am. I'm not anybody else. I can only be who I was born. Just say I'm not Elvis if you're not Elvis. How hard is it? I'm not Kai. I can
That's
say
what got
that.
me.
But if I was Kai, I'd be like, I can only be who I am. I am what I am. Just say I'm not Elvis.
Just say it, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he died. I think that's him. Like, I really, because I don't know if y'all know this. It's not actually illegal to fake your own death.
Really?
So long as your estate can cover your taxes and shit, dude. I mean, which I'm sure his estate more than covered.
Oh yeah. They're killing it.
So it was not illegal. There is no crime so long as he took care of his taxes before he died.
I found the AI voice that I'm talking about that's on a bunch of these videos. Listen to this.
Play it. Let's hear it.
Everyone's saying this man is actually Elvis Presley.
That voice.
That's it. I hate that shit.
They used that voice and said, I'm not
Everywhere.
Elvis Presley. That's on all them videos.
Yeah.
But and then you got the people that say they did supposedly they did the facial thing where they took his face and matched it and everything lines up to be Elvis. Like, I don't know, man. And then to dive deeper into it, so Elvis, like Trump, has always been a massive Elvis fan. He said ever since he was a kid, he always wanted he wanted to be Elvis, pretty much. So then Trump has some kind of party thing at Mar-a-Lago, and who does he get to come be the guest preacher over this podcast or over his show? Bob Joyce. Why
Did he
is
sing?
Trump? Huh?
Did he sing?
No, he was just, well, I don't know. It wasn't recorded, but he was supposedly just to say the prayer over the meal. But why is Trump, former president of the United States, why is he getting this small town, 30 people in his church, Benton, Arkansas preacher to come do that? Like, I mean, he could get literally anybody. What made him pick this guy?
Which is close to where Razor lives. So if Razor's in the
And-
audience,
yeah,
make
and-
sure you look at him and tell him he needs to get general
Adrian
and
autograph.
Yeah.
Yeah, my birthday's coming up, so I'd appreciate it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's weird. So there's a guy that lives in Myrtle Beach, and he's a photographer. And somehow he's friends with Bob Joyce. Like, he goes and visits Bob Joyce all the time. And even in his videos where he's went like Facebook Live and there's people in the comments going, is Bob Elvis? Is Bob Elvis? He won't say it either. He has never said Bob is not Elvis. Why?
That's true.
Anybody know?
Yeah, they could be making money
And-
off
and-
of it.
Exactly. Well, that was my thought, man. Maybe it's just like a money thing, like if he ever says that, then my thing, well, even if he says I'm not Elvis, people are still going to believe it. That's just, I can say I'm fucking the sky's not blue, people still gonna believe it. I mean,
Well, like, what about like?
Especially since the sky is blue and he is Elvis.
well, that's a bad thought. I don't know what this. What color is this guy?
Blue.
Hmm.
Right now it's
But what if
dark,
what
dark,
if
dark
it's
blue.
not? What if it's really not blue? What if we've been lied to our whole life, and blue is not blue?
What if me and you don't even see blue as the same color?
That's what. Dude, when I was a kid, I used to be so scared that I didn't see the same colors as other people. So I'd ask my dad, I'd be like, "What color is that?" He'd be like, "That's white." And I'd be like, "But what kind of white? You know, like is it like white or like a little beige white?" No,
What'd you have? What'd you bring, Devin? What was your conspiracy?
Okay. So it's why do our space missions keep failing? You know, the great filter theory. So okay, so hear me out. The conspiracy theory is that I'm bringing is there's something in the universe, some kind of force, rule, or hidden threat that prevents civilization from advancing too far into space. It's called the Great Filter. And some people think we've already hit it. Here's the idea. Every time humanity gets close to a breakthrough in space, like discovering aliens, life, setting up a permanent moon base, or sending people to Mars, something mysteriously goes wrong. Missions fail, funding disappears, people in charge suddenly change their minds. Like it's not always just bad luck. Some people believe there's invisible walls that we're just not allowed to pass. Maybe it's nature, like a built-in limit of evolution, or maybe something intelligent is keeping us from keeping us in check, like aliens or something like that. Like there's a filter that we're not allowed to pass to
I'll
advance.
be honest. I don't even know if my brain capacity even understand any of that you just said.
So you know how we've never seen any aliens, right? There's
Right.
nothing
Because we
nothing
can't
has
go that
come
far.
here. Exactly. But why can't we go that far? Is there a filter that's stopping every civilization from hitting it? And when you hit that filter, you're gone? Or have we
I just
are we
think
the
we can't
first
go that
civilization?
far.
But are
Well,
we the first
so
civilization
there's-
that's made it this far?
There's conspiracies that
yeah.
I've heard of in the past where we're not even the first advanced civilization to exist on this planet. We're
Yeah.
like the sixth or seventh,
Right.
and every
Exactly.
23. So just, I mean, you got to think. I mean, how long it's taken us to get to where we're at, and just think about the technological advances that we've had in the past 100 years, like versus 100 years technological advances in the 100 years before that. It just what.
Like the pyramids?
Oh, them
No,
fucking
well, like
timed
those, they're-
perfectly.
and I, yeah, well, no, I don't even think that was. I've
So my
read
question with
stuff
those
that's-
is they claim like so like obviously they didn't have the stuff that we had, or they claim they didn't have the stuff that we had today. That was all manpower, but like I seen this video where it was like I don't know what year it was, but like they were trying to move one big stone and they had like a fucking crane and this and this and this all moving this stone, but yet the pyramids were built by all man.
Well, I think that I mean that could be the case, but I don't think it was in this. I think I saw a thing where someone was talking about the possibility of the pyramids being left over from a previous civilization
Yeah.
before the Egyptians even came along. The Egyptians very well just could have used them as tombs, but you know, there's more than enough evidence to support that they created energy, like wireless
Wasn't there
energy.
something where they found some kind of like flying object that we had no idea like how it was made or anything? Like it was proven to be before our time, and we still had no
Oh, I didn't
idea
know
how it
that.
was made. Yeah, I seen something like that.
Yeah, that would. I don't think there's like an invisible wall though. I think every
No.
23,000 years, like, you know, what it is that we enter this part of the universe in our, you know, universal orbit called the Kuiper Belt, and catastrophic events happen, you're entering into an asteroid field. I think that's what happened with dinosaurs. I think that's, I think there's a lot of. I mean, you got to think, dude. Yeah. I mean, there's recorded history. There could have been so many millions of people to exist before we started recording history and what we can go back and see as
Yeah,
fossils.
so many.
Some of our fossil
Yeah.
fuel could be people too, not just dinosaurs. I mean, it's there. It's
You know, you're
there's no
still
way
an
to
old
tell.
man.
Oh fuck. Yeah, thanks for telling me about that, bro.
Oh,
Y'all got me distracted. I told y'all I love conspiracies, man. I love
They're,
conspiracies.
crazy.
I think the moon's fake. I think it's
Mhm.
I think it was a former some type of there's just too much weird shit going on with the moon. Like it's all of the craters are the same depth. They're all very uniform. The fact that it's when they pull sampled or when they do tests and stuff, they find that the dirt deeper down is what was it? The dirt on top was older than the dirt deeper down, suggesting that it was like layered on. It's not the way it's the opposite of the way it's supposed to be.
Hmm.
Yeah, I also don't think we ever went to the moon. I think there's a pretty good chance we faked that.
So
Oh, for sure.
I think we went to the moon.
I don't. I
I have
don't.
a problem with. I don't believe that the 1969 broadcast was real. I don't believe that was real. I do believe. Do you think we could go to the moon now?
No, so there's this video that NASA released, and they're talking about this. There's this double ring of radiation that surrounds the Earth, and it would be in between here and the moon, and if you had metal thick enough to prevent or to protect you from that type of radiation, the aircraft will be so heavy that it wouldn't
I'll
be
be
able
right
to
back.
fly. And so, like I don't understand how we could have sent people to the moon, protected them from that radiation, and them not come back with 9 fucking heads. Like, because I mean, the level of radiation they're talking about, I mean, it's just,
So even today, you don't think we can build anything for that, or
I
just
don't,
back then?
back then, I don't know enough about the today, but I mean, it's all
So,
public
like-
knowledge back then. So,
So the only thing that makes me believe that we might have had the technology to go to the moon, like I said, I don't believe in that broadcast when they're jumping around the moon, skipping, and y'all seen it. Y'all went to
Yeah.
school. Kyle, you were alive back then. Anyways,
Oh my God.
but anyways, they're skipping on the moon. I don't believe that, but I believe we could have went to the moon. I mean, look at Oppenheimer. I mean, think of all that stuff that happened back then. Did you know that there was a percentage like that they believed could have like wiped out the entire world, but they took the chance anyways because it was such a small percentage when Oppenheimer did the thing in Japan?
It's fucking
You know that?
crazy. No, I didn't know that.
That was in like 40 something.
Yeah, but they still that's not they still take risks like that today. There was a chance that a black hole could have opened up the first time they fired up the super collider. If I'm not mistaken, that was like a big thing that people were
Hmm.
against it for. Like they didn't want the Earth to get sucked into a black hole that we created at the. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know enough about it today to know whether we could protect. I just know that it's from it's a NASA official video, just as official as their fucking moon landings and their moon landing videos. I mean, and And they're talking about the radiation belt that people could not survive going through. Like it's just
So, do you believe Katy Perry went to space?
shit. They barely went to space, and I think they only spent like
You
I think it
believe
was less
that,
than
though?
20 minutes up there.
9 minutes in the fucking air.
Yeah.
9.
That's
bro.
still, bro. I'm still. If I go to space for 9 minutes, even if it's just barely and only for 9 minutes,
I'm still going.
yeah, that's like if you bang a really, really hot chick, and you only last like 3 seconds. You're still telling your buddies you banged her. Like, you know what I mean? It counts, dude. It fucking counts. It totally
Dang.
counts.
But you seen that clip of where like they open the door from the inside?
Yeah, pressurized door from the inside, and they're like, close it back up, and they like can close it, and Jeff Bezos opens it. Yeah,
I got the idea of they probably wanted Jeff to open it, which is why they would have closed. But how, if it was pressurized, then how would they have opened it anyways?
they wouldn't have. And like the
Because at first I
videos,
didn't even think of. All I thought about was they probably did want him to open it because like he sent these people off to space. They wanted to look good for TV, but they opened it from the inside. I mean, the guy from Dude Perfect went to space. You know, he's not gonna.
Yeah.
Y'all seen it?
You're-
Y'all see that?
you're up there too for that long, and you're telling me these women are all in a circle talking to each other. Motherfucker, look out the window. You're looking above it. You looked at it for 30 seconds
well,
and was
you
like,
gotta
oh,
think,
let me
though,
hold the
those
dandelion.
Yeah, but you gotta think those women can go back. You can't. You know,
Yeah.
That's true.
if you go to space, you're gonna be mesmerized because you know your ass ain't going back. You can't afford to go back.
Yeah.
That's just a tax write off for them. They don't care. That ain't
$1 million.
nothing. But I don't know. What's your you got one? What's your conspiracy?
Man, like, dude, I think I'm going with Plan B on this one. So, like, dude, yeah, if y'all heard the conspiracy about like Hurricane Helene was created by the government
Yes.
using artificial like weather
Yeah.
because like the blue balls or what it like the seeds, you know, the blue seeds or whatever, it was found there apparently in Appalachia like back when they were doing artificial testing back whenever they started it, wherever it was actually founded, wherever they had, you know, I just, it's kind of odd because, you know, there's a lot of zinc mines and stuff in Appalachia and stuff right where that stuff hit, you know, in eastern Tennessee and western North Carolina. And I mean, it got devastated. I don't think people really know how bad it really
No, it's
got up
bad.
there.
They're still recovering. Yeah. I mean,
It's
It
horrible.
is.
Terrible.
But I mean,
So you
like,
believe it was
I don't
created by
know.
the government?
I just heard about it. See, I don't know.
I
I don't
think
like,
there's a
believe
chance,
it,
yeah.
but
I
think
wouldn't I would
might be.
I don't know. I wouldn't go so far as to say that I believe that they did it. I would go so far as to say I wouldn't put it past them. What they're willing to do nowadays, the shit they're willing to lie
Yeah.
about and cover up, and I mean, I just yeah, I could yeah.
No, dude. You can't
We've done
believe
history's full of fucked up shit that we've done to the American people.
Yeah.
you can't trust the government. Like,
So
you just
you're saying you said oh you said you got blue balls and then what did you
I'm
say?
saying there were blue balls found.
Oh,
I
okay.
know
It
how
wasn't you.
there were
It
blue
wasn't
ball
you.
seeds, like
Okay.
these tiny little fucking seeds that were
Seeds.
found. I think that's what they called them, like used from artificial. See, I don't know nothing about this
from
shit.
cloud seed.
I'm
It's
just
cloud
the
seeding.
cloud
They-
seeding.
Yeah,
That's what
like in
that's the
Dubai,
word
look-
I was trying to find.
Look what happened in
and
Dubai
it's
when they
illegal in the
completely flooded it.
U.S. Yeah, I mean it's
Yeah.
illegal in the U.S. But again, that doesn't mean that our government's not willing to do illegal. I mean, how long did we use fucking Agent Orange in Vietnam? We used it for 4 to 5, 6 years after the world made it illegal. Like it was, and we
Yeah.
just always found loopholes. Like, oh, it's not this, it's this. Oh, it's not that, it's this. Like. We just changed the name, same chemical. I mean, dude, they would if if they knew that there was something that they could make a buck off of, I truly believe that they'd be willing to. It's
And that's why,
unfortunate,
like,
but I do believe that.
that's why people were saying like the zinc mines there. Like there's something in those mines that like I don't know exactly what, but they'll use it for something, and it's very profitable for them.
I can tell you, I live in North Carolina, and I haven't heard a slew of people come in and being like, "Yeah, I mean, they took my land, and I never got it back. The government seized it with no reason." I haven't heard a bunch of those. Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know.
bro. But you want
It
to
was
know
just a
something
weird ass
crazy?
storm. It did a lot of weird ass shit. That was a big storm
Mhm.
to hit that far inland. Like I've never seen that in my life.
I mean, it wiped out I-40.
Yeah, it was
Like
bad.
that's like
Yeah.
I couldn't even travel down there if I wanted to. I have to take a back ass way through the mountains if I were to go down there. Like it's just it's insane the amount of damage that it did.
Yeah, I mean, as someone who grew up around hurricanes, like to the point where I used to
Yeah.
take bed sheets and skateboards out in hurricanes, like
Yeah.
that's just a weird. I've been through a lot of them.
But like
That's
for
just a
it to go in the mountains
weird
though,
storm. Yeah,
in
dude,
the
and to be
mountains out of
that
everywhere.
strong in the mountains is, I think, is what. And then
That's what I mean.
dams
It
are
makes
failing.
sense, dude.
Dams
Like
are failing. Like it just. There was just a
Hmm.
lot.
makes
Yeah, I
sense.
don't know.
Makes sense.
It could that could be the case. I could see that. I could see that being it. He was going to talk about aliens, which I'm still cool to talk about because I'm pretty sure I've seen a UFO.
See, I'm
before.
not above option A. Like here, we can
Yeah,
go
so
into
I
aliens, though.
completely believe in aliens. I just don't think they're what we make them out to be. Like the big green-headed people. I don't believe that. But there's
No,
definitely
I
other
think,
life.
dude. Yeah, I mean, I'm. Yeah, as far as like the green-headed, but those are based off of accounts of what people have seen repeatedly, and not the
Right.
green head. They're called that head shape. They're called the whites. I told you I've prepared my whole life for this. They're called the whites or the grays, right? And so,
No, I thought
but
the
they
Greys were
have,
the big headed mugs, the big headed
yeah,
motherfuckers. Yeah,
yeah.
What they call
That's
white.
but some people say they're white, and so they'll call them the whites, or they'll call them.
huh?
Most people call them the grays, but it got morphed into that.
See, there goes that color thing again. People
Yeah,
not knowing
see,
what
you know,
fucking color.
it's
Green, white, grays.
but it in Hollywood it morphed into the green thing, but that was based
Yeah.
off of an account of like what someone saw. I've never seen an alien. I've seen something in the sky before that there's
Right.
no other there's nothing that there's like it was the shiniest thing other in the sky other than the sun. I mean,
Were you sober?
I was completely sober.
Was it not the North Star?
It was bright. I mean, it was middle of the fucking day, dude, in a huge open field. Like I went down. My ex-wife was driving. We were driving from Virginia to North Carolina. We were in this huge area, huge open field in Elizabeth City, just massive, massive farmland. I bet it went for where we were at. I bet it was 3 miles in any direction before you hit trees or anything. And there was just this thing that was in the sky for, I don't know. I watched it for several minutes before I was like, what the fuck is that? And she's looking at it and I'm looking at it. And I was like, I have binoculars. And so I reached down and I come back up and that thing is gone. And I was like, where did it go? And she was like, I don't know.
It
Like it was
smelled you.
just there and then it wasn't. There's nothing. It couldn't, as fast as I reached down and grabbed the binoculars and came back, it couldn't have fallen out of the fucking sky before I would have been able,
Right.
like it, and it wouldn't have been able to move in any direction. That nothing man-made that I know of that I've ever seen or heard of. I mean, it just, and I've seen drawings and documentaries of things that looked like it,
Mhm.
but it was so bright that I can't make it wasn't details. I could just make out a shape, and it was the shiniest metal ever. like
Quiet
because it
too,
was
right?
reflecting. It was reflecting so much of the sun. So I didn't get close enough to where I think I would have even been able to hear it. So I don't know. And
Mm.
we were in the car driving down the
So,
interstate.
do you
I'm
think
tell
they?
like I didn't believe in aliens before that, and it led me down a rabbit hole. And like I said, I prepared my every moment since then has prepared me for this podcast. That's what I've been training for. I just didn't even know.
I just, I've never seen anything. I used to have very bad dreams when I was a little kid that aliens was taking over. Right? Same dream, like same exact dream every night. Every night. It was like there's this at our Walmart, there was this big old cornfield and it had no lie, this sign in it. This sign was in that cornfield. And every night I'd be like, we'd be driving down the road and a big old UFO come down and they would come down and like my family, they just disappear. So I'm like trying to run to get to Walmart and they're chasing after me. Same exact dream, but somehow I never knew. You think you'd remember it?
And then you got people like Bob Lazar from that
Yeah.
whistleblower from Area 51. I believe everything he says because everything
Dude, for
that
real.
they called him a liar about over the course of the past,
Yeah.
40 years, 30, 40
Wasn't it
years, just
Element
little bits
115
of information. Yes, that
Yeah.
element was, they were like, it's not even possible. And now they've found it to
Yeah, they've
be,
actually.
hmm
Have you ever
yeah.
heard the conspiracy that so the government made trade like with the aliens, like in order for us to work on their craft, such as like anti-propulsion, like gravity propulsion systems and all that, for them to like abduct humans and stuff, like kind of like an
Dude,
exchange order.
yeah,
You ever heard
so
that
it
one?
was the they say that FDR signed it into when he went in and put the national park legislature in there to get the national parks pushed through. That was part, so that's why if you go and look, there's so many strange and weird disappearances that happen in national parks,
Missing
and
411. Yes,
lots of
yes, dude.
conspiracy theorists chalk it up to FDR made a deal that they could only abduct people from these national
National
park
parks and
areas.
stuff. That's crazy, dude.
I've
Ties
heard that
into
too.
it.
Yeah.
So what do you think about Skinwalker?
Like so I love that
I mean, that's
show.
cryptids though. That's getting different.
Me and Diesel heard one at that church. He was coming for Diesel.
I don't know about all that shit.
That's what that
was
noise was.
ghost,
It
man.
wasn't a
That was something
bird.
different. That was something different, bro.
But Diesel was so invested in that. A couple days later, they started sending me YouTube videos of different bird sounds in South Carolina. And they're like, "Does any of these birds sound familiar?"
Bro,
That's because
no,
it was
so
the
like,
Skinwalker.
no, there was that. It was nothing like that. There was just something that when we went down there at that church. First of all, you guys have to see this video. We have to like somehow edit it into this video, but it is so fucking nuts and bonkers that it actually made me believe in ghosts again. Like, actually, truly
That
believe that.
church?
Yeah, this shit. No, the video that you sent
Oh,
of
yeah,
the
yeah,
legs
yeah, yeah,
dangling,
yeah.
dude. No,
Yeah.
that
It's
shit.
scary
Like, it
as
was.
fuck.
It was the. It
You
was the
seen it?
most.
Yeah, you
Dude.
sent it to me a couple months
You
ago.
believe in ghosts, Devin?
It was
Oh,
crazy.
absolutely.
I don't believe
I
in
mean,
ghosts.
it blew my fucking
No,
brain.
man.
So it's
I believe in
it's just of
spirits.
this old like
Yeah,
ruins of a church,
spirits,
right?
yeah.
The same thing.
So,
What?
like, for people who don't know, it's the video that he's talking about. It's just these old ruins of a church, and like, there's a big hole up in the middle of it, and it's like a live picture, so it like captures only a few like milliseconds of the picture, but in those seconds, you can see like an apparition or something, like legs just dangling off the top, like circle, like, and that shit's like 20 feet up in the air, like that. It's pretty high. And like it just nothing made sense about it was crazy, dude.
You don't just see the
Insane.
legs, dude, so you
Hit
see the whole
general up
fucking
if y'all want to see
thing.
that picture, bro.
Well, it's not even like if you look in the video. So like when we took it, when we took the picture, what happened was my uncle was taking a photo, and he took the photo, and we were going to leave. And right before we left, he goes, "Oh no, it took a live photo. Let me take another photo." And so okay, so he took another photo, and we get home, and he's like, "Hey, send me the pictures and all the pictures you took of the church tonight." So I was like, "Okay," so I sent them to him, and the one that was a live photo, I went ahead and I deleted it. And he's sitting on the couch, and he's like, "Avery, did you watch this live photo?" And I was like, "No, I deleted it." I was like, "I sent it to you because you said send everything, but afterwards I deleted it." And literally, you see these when you hold down on the video at the top of the little where I guess the bell would have been. God, ain't happy at the bell and the little confetti. What am I talking about? Confetti. The bell at the top of the church. The bell at the top of the church. Where? Oh, hold up. Where the bell would have been at the top of the church. Okay. There was like almost like somebody was sitting on the ledge, dangling their feet, and I was so like there was two other people that showed up that claimed that one guy was like, "Oh, I used to come here. I want to take my girlfriend here." Da 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 da. And they were walking behind that where the shadow was, so it couldn't have been them because they would have had to been on this side for the headlights to hit them and get up there. And you could see their shadow because it was behind that part. You see these things dangling. I don't know what it was.
Here's the thing: is like I sent it to my girlfriend, and I sent this video to a whole bunch of people, and I really investigated this shit, and it's just like even any way the light was hitting upon any angle, like it just did not make sense. These were two fucking legs dangling. Like you could even tell like where the shoes were, and at the end of the video you could tell there was a fucking face at the very end of it. And I showed it to General, I showed it to Kai, like, dude, there was a face that you could tell the nose, the mouth, the fucking, it looked like an old century, like it was bonkers, dude. I mean, it really was. And there's so much history around that church too. Like,
Yeah.
before that church was even being completed, built, it was everybody who tried to join that service died. Like everybody died of unnatural.
Yeah,
not
so it was
natural
like
causes or
it
something.
was
weird.
it was a Gothic church that was built, and then like supposedly something happened, and every person that went to go rebuild it, they died. Like the guy went up and he fell and died, and then all this other stuff. So they eventually just condemned it and was like, "Hey, we're not dealing with this place
You're not
anymore." And ever
finishing
since
that,
then,
yeah.
I mean, dude, there's graves there from the 1800s. All
Yeah.
right,
Where he fall
I
and
mean,
die
there's
from.
so much history there.
I
that
guess the
it's just-
bell, the confetti bell.
No, that place was fucking spooky though. It really was.
Well,
Dude,
uh,
we should
huh?
see if anyone out there believes in some weird ass shit. Does anyone? I'm gonna go look.
Anyone believe?
Bring up a surprise guest.
No, nobody believe in conspiracy.
There's 21 people in this mug.
Damn. Fucking love some conspiracies.
Dude, yeah, everybody loves some conspiracies, man.
It's crazy, dude.
No.
I still don't know what that figure was on that church. We're gonna have to edit that video in here, like
Oh,
on
for
the
sure.
YouTube. We're gonna have to.
Well,
It's
seems like they don't
bonkers.
got nothing.
No. Everybody else believes in the moon landing.
Well,
I
like,
see.
here's the
All
thing:
right.
is people don't want to talk about it. 'Cause people people don't want to talk about this shit or their experience because people are gonna think they're dumbasses. Me, I don't give a fuck. I'll
I don't care. I like to hear people's dumbassery.
Yeah. Well, it's just
Well,
a topic
I mean-
of the week. You know, no judgment. I mean, General will judge you a little bit, probably, but I won't.
I judge everybody. That's,
It's just a part of our nature, you know, as humans. You kind of have to.
yeah. Well, that's it for me.
Yep, that's all I got.
Yep.
All right.
I don't think I got nothing else,
Cool.
man.
Thanks for coming out, everybody, and listening to
Yeah.
us
Yeah.
talk things that may or may not happen.
We'll have another
appreciate it, guys.
podcast. Hopefully Friday at 11. If not, next Friday at 11. That's usually how it works out.
Yeah.
Yep.
We'll play it
Alright.
by ear. We'll figure it out.
Cool.
Thank you guys.
Thanks, everyone.
See y'all.
See ya.
Yep.
Thanks.
You have a wonderful night.